Hello everyone, I'm here today at the temple and I thought it was a good place to come and do a video about meditation and maybe go through some really simple breathing meditations that you can do if you're a total beginner, you don't really know how to start with meditation, you don't really want to commit to spending hours sitting in an uncomfortable position, then this is just some really simple breathing exercises you can do which class as a meditation. So let's begin. The first thing is that you should be sitting really comfortably, and again, you don't have to sit in the cross-legged position that you see the monks doing and things. I mean, that is the traditional way, and if you feel comfortable doing that, then totally do that. But for me, I find it really hard to sit cross-legged because it really hurts my hips. So I just sit on a chair with a straight back, shoulders down, and just get comfy and try not to slouch. Posture is good because it helps the energy flow. Try not to cross anything really if you're sitting in a chair, to let the energy go through. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you can put some nice music on. Often I find music helps to keep myself focused and I'm not getting too distracted with sounds that are going on around me. So those are two first things you can do to prepare the room. Maybe you want to light some incense, or maybe put some crystals out, or light a candle, whatever makes you feel comfortable to prepare you for it. And then, so the first thing you're going to do is sit sort of shoulders down, close your eyes, and sort of focus your attention right here in between your eyebrows, which is where your third eye chakra is. So you just want to focus your attention there. And just sort of start breathing naturally. Don't force it, don't do anything else, just breathe naturally. And slow your breathing down. Remember to keep your tongue off the roof of your mouth. Relax every part of your body. At this point you can sort of make a mental note of how everything's feeling in your body. Maybe you've noticed an ache or pain. Don't focus on that, just sort of mentally make a note of things that are hurting or things you're becoming aware of. And then after that, just slowly start breathing in and out. Don't force it, just let it happen quite naturally, but take deep breaths. And your mind is probably going to wander and thoughts are going to come into your head, and this happens often, and it's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean you're doing things wrong, but just don't focus on those thoughts, don't get swept away with them. When you notice that you're thinking of something else, come back to breathing in and out. And this is when I like to put those thoughts in a little bubble and just let them float off. So we've acknowledged them, we know that we had a thought, and now we've come back to just breathing in and out. Now you should really try to do 108 breaths. If you have the beads, the like mandala rosary beads, traditionally there are 108 of those beads on there, so you can kind of count as you're doing it, which is another thing to focus on too, so your mind won't wander off too much. But to start with, just try doing that. Maybe set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes or even 2 minutes, or just keep counting to 10 and start again. Once you get to 10, just go back to 1 again, and just do that. That's really simple, and that is a meditation. You've come back to the present, you've calmed down, and you're back to breathing normally again. You're letting all that fear, anxiety, stress just go. So simple. When people say, oh, I can't meditate, I can't sit for hours, you can. Everybody can do it. It's really easy. The next one you can do is a more focused one, and you focus on the stillness of your breath. So you will it's exactly the same principle as before. Make yourself comfortable and good posture, relax everything in your body exactly the same as before. But this time when we are breathing in and out, just notice that small pause that you take before you breathe out and again before you breathe in. So it's exactly the same. Breathing in, breathing out, really slow, deep breaths, but just really notice that part of the stillness, the little pause there before you breathe out and breathe in. And that's again, and do 108 of those breaths if you can, or again a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, and that's another really simple meditation. And the third one I can do with breathing again is to count. So this is something I did in yoga, and we count in for 4 breaths. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you breathe out for longer, so maybe 6. So when you breathe out, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So always breathe out more counts than you breathe in. So always do 4 in if you can, and then do 6 out. So those are really simple things that you can do, and they are classed as a meditation. You don't need to be going off and doing all these crazy visualizations and thinking you need to connect to spirit or do all this stuff. That can come later. But if you're new to it, then you can just sorry, someone wants to take a picture of me and it's really lost my flow. So yeah, if you're totally new to meditation, complete and utter beginner, breathing work is the most simple and easiest way to begin meditation. And it's something you can do before you have a cup of tea on a morning. It's something you can do on your lunch break for 5 minutes. It's something you can do if you drive home and you park in the driveway or your yard or wherever. You can just sit for 5 minutes before you even get out of the car and just take that time to come back to earth, forget the stress of the day, or prepare yourself for the morning. And that's it. That's really what meditation is, being present, coming down to the moment. And so that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to try and come back to you with some more meditations, but for now we'll take it slowly, and there's some other breathing ones we can do, but those are the 3 easiest to start with, I think. So yeah, now I'm going to meditate. But even as well, I think I've mentioned before, music for me is a big meditation, and I don't mean just even the spa type of music, the really gentle yoga music. I mean normal music, excuse me, that you can sing to. I find myself singing and then dancing, and for that few minutes of that song, you're not thinking of anything else. You're just being in that moment, enjoying that music, and that's exactly what meditation is, just being in the moment. So, even things like that, or when you're painting, or if you're writing and you're just in this period, that's also classed as a meditation. Meditation doesn't have to be this big thing that I think a lot of people think it is, where we have to sit like a monk for 5 hours a day and not move and be silent and do all this stuff. That comes later, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Of course, this is where meditation leads to. But this is something everybody can do in their everyday lives. Kids can do it. It's a really good way to get kids to relax, calm down before bed, or if they're angry or upset about something, it's a really good way to just alleviate that stress. So I hope it works. I hope you give it a go, and if there's any questions or anything, you can send me a message, or yeah, I'll try and get back to you on it. So enjoy, and I'll see you later.